Don't want me to touch your PS5? Well, alright. I bought a PlayStation 5 for my cousin back in my home country last year. I live in the Middle East, and whenever I visit my family in my home country I often go with gifts. I recently started on my first, somewhat well-paying job and decided to get something nice for the family home. I got my little cousin brother a PS5. My cousin is 16. We had been playing on my account due to the lack of games in his. We hadn't had time to go and buy any that he liked yet. And his mom wouldn't let him go and buy any for himself till after the week of his exams, which were a couple weeks after I had to return to the Middle East. The trip was nice. My cousin was very happy with the gift. We'd spend a few hours at night playing against each other on FIFA. Now, this one time my cousin was at school and I decided I'd hop on one of my games and finish the story. The game I was playing was God of War Ragnarok. Apparently it was one of the games he wanted to play. Now, the issue was he saw me playing that game on his PS5 when he returned home from school and went apeshit. His words were, "Don't touch my PS5." He meant when he's not around because he wants to play the games himself, and not get the saves messed up or something. But he didn't mention that at first. I told him this was my account, the saves are already on the cloud and connected to mine. He can get a fresh start on his account later, it's not a big deal. He said he didn't care. And repeated that he didn't want me to touch his PS5 when he was at school. I tried to explain once again and he screamed at me that if that's all it is, then get your precious account off my PS5. At this point, I was done with his tantrum anyway. Cue malicious compliance. I deleted my account from his PS5 and told him I won't touch it anymore. He was smug about me taking the L then. But later that night when he got around to try and play the games, well, all my games were now locked out on his account. He tried to access my account, but well, that's no longer on it. He doesn't know the password, and I have two-factor authentication anyway. He even went on the store to check the price of the game he wanted to play, but well, what money was he going to use to buy them? Finally he came up to me and nonchalantly asked me if I wanted to play FIFA together again. I smirked internally and responded that I won't touch his PS5. He can play on his own. He tried to convince me that it'd be fun, and said that he can beat me in a few matches and all that. I said the same thing. I am not touching that PS5 again. He realized finally that he'd be effectively locked out of playing anything except Astro's Playroom for the next couple weeks if I don't get my account on it again. His mom knew what had happened, and had asked me to not put my account on it again anyway. He needed to focus on his upcoming exams. So I didn't. No matter how much he begged me, I let him stew with no games, with the PS5 teasing all the while I enjoyed the rest of my vacation with the rest of my family. Edit. Goddamn, this post blew up. This happened sometime August of last year. My cousin did apologize, albeit a few days after I had left the country. That may have been his mom taking him to task about the entire thing, but he did seriously apologize for it and I could tell he meant it. I didn't take it any further than this, because well, he's just a kid. I let his mom handle everything after my bit of MC. As for the people asking what I mean by cousin brother, he's my father's younger brother's son. I don't know if I use the right term, but that's what I call him. He's my cousin, who's about as close to me as my own brother.